I need to go through the ticket process and how that works and what's going on with that. When the agent comes up to you, because see, what we're not understanding is all throughout this process of dealing with the agent, these agencies and these agents, there's remedies throughout the entire process that we don't get. So take notes on this so you can understand what's going on. You ready? Yep. When the agent approaches you, as I've said, first of all, when he's approaching you, you can let him know, if you don't have a warrant for my arrest, then you're violating my rights at this current time. With that, when he issues you his ticket, because first of all, you don't even have to take the ticket or sign it, but let's say he issues you a ticket. Now, that is a contract. This is what we don't understand. This is why I always deal with contract law, because when you understand contract law, you don't ever have to go into no court. So what he's issuing you is a contract, not a ticket, and your court is going on right there on the street. When he give you that damn ticket, that's court. That's court right there. So he's basically saying, we're suing you for violation of some shit that I ordered. This is blah, blah, blah. And you sign it. Now, first of all, are you familiar with the four corner rule or the square rule? When you sign something like that, because really you shouldn't be signing it in the first place, but if you feel like, oh, okay, he gonna make this difficult if I don't sign this or whatever, you fear. Just here's the deal. First of all, I have to mention to people, don't be signing shit anyway. But if you're all scary, you know, and your ass, oh, he gonna, if I don't sign this, he gonna do what, scary ass. But since you're gonna be scary, the least you can do when you sign the damn thing is put a box around it. Because anything inside of a box, your signature inside of a box, does not really exist. So look up the box rule, or the four corner rule, I think it's called. Look that up. Because when you put a box around that signature, that means that signature doesn't really exist. So if it does get to the point of court, the judge is going to see it, and he's going to have to throw it out anyway, because there's not a signature on it. You understand? It's in a box. It doesn't really exist. So there's no signature, so there is no case, right? So you're going to make sure you put a box around it. And you're going to make sure you put, your UCC code on there, 1-308, saying you reserve all rights. Yeah, but make sure you put the box on it too, because the box really, with the box, you don't even need the all rights reserved. With the box, it's like, I ain't signed shit, so I don't know what you're talking about. You don't have a case. All right. So now, you sign it. Now, he's going to tell you that court is going to be in about 28 to 30 days. All right. Now, the reason why he's telling you that is because he full well know, or he might not know, but they know that after 10 days, you have accepted anything in that contract that you signed. Okay, so let's understand again. He just gave you a contract and you signed it. Now, if you don't answer to that contract within 10 days, then everything, you are accepting everything that goes along with that contract. So by the time your ass get to court, you already done pled guilty. Ain't no court. That's just some formality shit. They done tricked you again. Because they presented you with a contract. You didn't realize it was a contract. You go into court and you up here trying to argue some shit, but really you already said I'm guilty because you didn't respond to the contract. Now, so this is why within 7 days, what you do are supposed to do when you get they little tickets, when you get their contracts, you're going to go to the courthouse or wherever the judge is, because they're going to tell you, okay, you can appear right here, and they showing you where to go. You're going to go down there, and you're going to take a witness if you can. And that you definitely want to have a camera, your camera phone, And you're going to be recording. Because you're going to go to the clerk and you're going to say, yes, I need to see the judge about this ticket. And she's going to say to you, well, your case is not ready. It's not going to be ready till 15 days. And so then you have to come back. And so, again, she's trying to snow you. Again, if you don't answer within 10 days, you've already pled guilty. So what you're gonna say is, you're going to get her name. Okay, what is your name? Miss Johnson of the county clerk. Yes, I am here today at 5103 such and such county hall, and I'm talking to Miss Johnson, and she is denying me the rights to see the judge on this ticket number such and such 808-10311. And I am here today because this was issued to me on such and such. You putting all the information in this video, and you're saying this was issued to me on this day, and I am here to make sure I respond to it, and I need this removed from the record of, because again, don't say my record, because it ain't your record. It's your corporation. And that's what we need to make sure we start separating ourselves from this corporation. It ain't you. You're a human being. That corporation is a dead, fictitious entity. So all this shit about, we got to declare the status and status and the status. The status deals with a fictitious ass entity. It don't even deal with me. The only reason why you think it deals with you because you still think you're a fictitious entity. When you understand you ain't, then fuck that status. Excuse me. Woosah. Okay, so anyway, when you're dealing with the court, you're basically saying, okay, or you're dealing with this clerk, you're making sure you're documenting. And if you have a witness, you're going to, after you get all this information that she's withholding, then you're going to make sure you get the witness to sign an affidavit or fill out an affidavit. You're going to create an affidavit, and you're going to get that damn video on a DVD-ROM or CD-ROM. And you're going to create a contract to the court. And that contract is going to be stating several things. First of all, your agent approached me without a warrant. That's a violation of my rights. And then another violation of my rights is to deny me to see the judge. Oh, and then you're going to say, this needs to be removed from my account or the account of my corporation by such and such a day. Otherwise, this is another violation of my rights. My rights are my property. My property comes with a fine of $2,000 for each violation of my rights. And so you have 10 days to remove this from the account of my corporation. Otherwise, it's going to be a fine of this. And then you're going to find out who the CEO, all these corporations have a CEO. That's who because you're suing the CEO of this corporation. And that's who you're going to address it to. So once you get your contract, you're going to get that shit notarized. And so your notary becomes your witness. And it's a court-appointed witness that you have now. You understand what I'm saying? So you get that notarized, and then you're going to send that shit to the CEO of this corporation. And you're going to be naming the officer in there. You're going to be naming the county clerk in there, and you're going to be sending this registered mail to the CEO of that corporation. Now, you just gave them 10 days to answer, and if they don't answer, they owe you. You see what I'm saying? They gave you a contract. You respond with your contract within 10 days, and you hope they don't answer, because when they don't answer, the same way they do you in court, you just brought them to your court. You just said, you have, by not responding, you have accepted everything that's in my contract. You see what I'm saying? And you got records. You got a witness from the county clerk, from the notary, excuse me. And you're going to be, sending this in to the CEO, and you're suing them. Registered mail, somebody signed for it. So anybody who's at the office that signs for this, they too are a part of your lawsuit. All right. So now that will be removed. They're going to answer that. For me, with my courts, I send you the first. I send you two. So the first one, and then after 10 days, I send a second one. And then after that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bundle that shit up. And I'm going to go into your public court. You understand? And when I go into the public court, the judge has no alternative but to rule in my favor. Why? A declaratory judgment. That's all I want. You know why? Because after I get that declaratory judgment, what I'm ready to do is either I can go to that insurance agency of that agency, because all of them have to have an insurance agent, some company that insures them for if they screw up and do something wrong. So either I'm going to go to that agency and file a claim that of everything that's in I said it's $2,000, it might be $5,000-$10,000, whatever. I'm going to sue for that in with this agency, or I can just take that shit to the sheriff. I can take it to the sheriff office, the count, not the police, but the sheriff. And I go and I say, yep, I need to serve, I need to start repoing some shit. You take your big ass U-Haul truck over to the county, along with the sheriff, and then you just start removing shit into your U-Haul truck with you and your fellas. You understand? With the sheriff. Because now, you owe me. I'm just going to repo your shit. They're going to write you a check. You understand? All right, so now, but let's say these people who don't know what's going on. Contract law. They're not understanding this process. So let's say you do end up going to court. They don't remove the thing and you in court. Now, first of all, when you go in there, you make it clear all your rights are reserved. You're appearing special, not in general. And so and the judge knows those have terms that go with it. Now, here's the deal. What you need to do, first of all, you need to see a ticket. You need to see the original ticket with your signature. Because remember, all this is business. It's all about money. And it has to have a receipt. You got to have a receipt. If you don't give me a receipt, then it's a fraudulent transaction. This transaction is fraudulent. So when I go in here, I need to have the original document that has my signature on it, because without that, you're not giving me the opportunity to cure this debt that you as a corporation are supposed to be paying, because I am a creditor to the United States. If you're not doing that, then you are having fraudulent transactions with me. And so this case doesn't even really exist. So they're going to tell you, well, all we have, because see, now people got hip. All we have is we only have the digital form of it. Well, then it's a fraudulent transaction. I want the original, not the digital, because that's not giving me opportunity to cure this debt. If you can't give me the opportunity to cure this debt, then you can close this case right now because it's fraudulent. And I'm going to bring charges up on everybody in here. All right, you're free to go, Miss Day. You understand? Because, they understand the deal. But let's say they do show you the ticket with your signature. And you get all the way down to that. And he tries to rule against you. What's the charge, Your Honor? Okay, when you get that ticket, you turn that shit over and you sign it. And then you give it to him and you say, okay, it's done. It's paid for. That's a payment right there. Because remember, you just turned that thing into an instrument. And it has the same value of whatever he's trying. You owe us $400. Okay, sign this ticket. Here you go, $400. That's payment. And you haven't come out of your pocket with not one damn penny. And it don't matter what the hell your status is. You just signed it. And you just paid for it. Are you feeling what I'm saying? That's A for V. All it is a receipt. The charging instrument, that ticket is nothing but a receipt. You turn that shit over and sign it, it is paid for.